A young man was rushed into the emergency unit, unconscious, no family members with him, no phones with him, no information about his medical records, no information about his underlying allergies or conditions. Doctors have means to make life-saving decisions and they are forced to work in the dark. Unfortunately, this is the reality of the healthcare in Nigeria. Medical records are scattered and fragmented across hospitals and clinics, which make it difficult for healthcare providers to get access to critical patient information when it matters the most. Which leads us to our project idea called MedID Nigeria. This is an AI-powered national health identity system which is built to make critical medical information accessible anytime, anywhere in Nigeria. Every citizen is assigned to a secure medical identity which is linked to their NIN.
This is MedID. This is our login page and our sign up page where hospitals get to sign up with a specific code, then the hospital's name, the create pin and the does register, while the login page is for pre-existing hospital. So this is a demo. This is a demo to show what our app is going to do. So here is just a link, a demo login for anyone who wants to test the app out. So I'll be making use of that. And I'm in. So here the patient on arriving in the hospital gives the hospital their code. Why? The hospital needs to access this patient's record. So by doing that, the patient just gives them the code. They type in the code, and they get access to their data. But then I want to make use of this scan fingerprint. Why? Because our app majorly targets people in emergencies. So someone that his record is in Taraba got injured in a very far place like Ileife, and all of his records are nowhere to be found, no emergency contact. How do we know this particular person? This is why we linked our system to NIN, such that once the fingerprint of the person is taken, it accesses the NIN, then through the NIN it can also access MedID, because MedID is linked to NIN. So it scans fingerprint, and once it scans this fingerprint, it tells us the name of the patient, Fatima Bello. Then we can continue with this patient. So now the access has been approved. This is an injured person and we have access to this person's data. Yeah. Also, you can come here and search for the name of the patient. For instance, this particular person, and I click find patient. So once I click find patient, because of the patient is aware, the patient is conscious, I need to send him consent file. So I click patient consent obtained. I click my purpose for sending the consent, emergency. I type in the doctor's name, Dr. Philip, and I request access. So access has gone to the patient accepts the access, but I'm going to be simulating it. So you get all the record of the patient, the NIN, whether it's linked, the blood group of the patient, the allergies, emergency contact, and other things, such as the medical history, previous visits to different hospitals, what were the medicines, what were the conditions, and all of that. So the hospital can also edit some records where mistakes were made, or they can add new visits for new hospitals. Now, looking at all of this is a lot of information to take in by the hospital or by the doctor to know what exactly is going through the patient. So for that, we decided to create a clinical summary where it just gives us the patient's conditions, the critical conditions, the allergies, the current medication, the blood group, and the recent visits, or what happened, what the last recent visits to the hospital that you made. And so this is what MedID is all about.
Our solution goes beyond storing data from different medical facilities. It consists of an AI-powered engine which takes in all the medical histories from various facilities and transforms them into simple, concise medical summary that can be used by the doctors in medical emergencies. This allows the doctors to make faster and safer decisions.
MedID Nigeria is more than an healthcare platform. This is a step towards a connected healthcare ecosystem where patient information follows patients, not the hospital.